All right, what's going on, guys? So, welcome to stream today. So today we're going to be talking about a tornado outbreak basically underway. I guess we can basically call it a tornado outbreak because we have such a large area under a tornado watch, and I haven't seen this in quite some time in Colorado. I just want to point this out before we go more in depth. So, I think this is quite odd. You don't see it all that often. In Colorado, you have the mountains outlined in winter storm watch. Same county, by the way, right here, tornado watch and a winter storm watch. You don't see that very often. So I just wanted to point that out. So you have just this tornado watch in the yellow, winter storm watch in the blue. Same county. It's very, very crazy and just shows how dynamic this storm is. So yeah, we do have tornado watch for northeast, New Mexico, southeast, Colorado, Oklahoma, a lot of Oklahoma, Panhandle of Texas, and a few counties in Kansas. And you see these red boxes. That is active tornado warnings right now. So we'll take a look at the storm prediction outlook, which yes does indeed have this moderate risk set out. So we will be taking a look at that right now. So yes, we do have a moderate risk of severe weather. Um, with a 15% chance of some violent tornadoes possible. I do think that there is a great chance of an EF3 or an EF4 tornado today. EF5 is very low. EF4 is actually kind of on the medium side. So yeah. So here's the tornado. First, we'll go back here. So we have the moderate risk here. There's a little circle. It includes Amarillo, Pampa, Boger, and Canyon, all in Texas. We do have a little bit of Oklahoma into it. I just want to point this out. This is actually a fun fact for you. This is the first time that Amarillo, Texas, has been under a moderate risk since 2010. It's been a very long time there. Um, so then we have an enhanced risk of severe weather for Lubbock, Texas, Midland, Texas, Lawson, Oklahoma. Sorry, o- Odessa, Texas, and Ending, Enid, Oklahoma. I think the same pronounce it. I don't even know. Slight risk for OKC, Tulsa, Wichita, Abilene, and Norman. And then a marginal risk for Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, and Fort Worth. And then it extends up into Kansas too. So the tornado threat, as I just said, is very significant. So we have this area, so where this 15% chance is, and you have the little hatched area. So I will circle it just to make it a little easier. Because we have the black area, the hatched area is what it is. So we have the hatched area and all outlined in the black, but this area in the red that is under the hatched area, that is the area we are very concerned with for some strong tornadoes possible. They even said this: a couple of strong tornadoes possible, very large hail, and damaging winds will be possible. I think damaging winds are just likely at this point, and tornadoes are likely. The stronger ones are more isolated and scattered, but I do think they are still a possibility. Here's the wind threat. So we have the 45% chance. So we have the threat for the strongest winds, and where you have the black area is the threat for some very, very strong winds. So you can see we have a 45% chance of significant winds that is 60 knots or greater. So the significant severe includes Altus, Oklahoma, Woodward, Oklahoma, Vernon, Texas, Elk City, Oklahoma, and Clinton, Oklahoma. The area under the threat for the strongest winds is under the 45% chance. It includes Woodward and Elk City in Oklahoma, a little bit in Texas as well. For the hail threat, as I said, very large hail is likely. So you can see where we have had the moderate risk is the 45% chance. The black is for significant hail. So that extends all the way down almost to the southern border, all the way up into Kansas. So a large swath that has the threat for some very, very large hail. We're talking on the greater than 2 inches in diameter. So yes, very, very large hail with these storms. So yeah, the area that has the threat for the largest hail is Amarillo, Pampa, Boger, and Canyon. Texas, that's basically the 45% chance, also under the significant severe. And then the area that has the threat for some large hail um, is Lubbock, Amarillo, Midland, Odessa, in Big Springs in Texas. But as I mentioned, the 45% chance hatched area has the greatest threat of hail. So tomorrow, we go to tomorrow real quick. Tomorrow, we do have an enhanced risk of severe weather that stretches from about Austin, Texas, all the way up just south of Little Rock, or to Little Rock, Arkansas. So the enhanced risk includes Austin, Shreveport, Little Rock, Waco, and Killeen, Texas. Slight risk includes Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, and OKC. Chicago, Memphis, Omaha, St. Louis, Madison, Wisconsin, all under the marginal threat of severe weather. And then after tomorrow, where does this go? Well, day 3 shows it out. It's not as bad as no enhanced risk, so it's just a standard slight risk. That includes Memphis, Shreveport, Little Rock, Jackson, and Longview, Texas. So yeah, this is the area that's players. Marginal risk includes Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Nashville, New Orleans. So that is for Thursday. Can't see what the tornado outlook is for that one. And the tornado outlook tomorrow is only a slight chance, which is a 5%. So the day 4 through 8 is very good. Nothing 4, 5, 6. Just keep working. All right, day 4, 5, 6. I guess. So we don't have any severe weather for the next few. After we get through Thursday, we might have a marginal threat, but certainly not a lot of severe weather after that, which is very good news. So you can see basically, I'll put these watches on here. These red boxes represent the area under the tornado watch. So a lot of area, a lot of real estate under this tornado watch. It's just to the west of OKC. So it includes Amarillo as well. So yeah, a lot of real estate covered up by this tornado watch. So go to Oklahoma and then we'll go back to Kansas. So again, this is a very serious tornado threat today. So Oklahoma City is under the standard slight risk. Tornado threat is medium. Maximum size hail up to baseballs, 60 to 80 mile per hour max winds. So the tornado potential for OKC is low. For Ardmore is very low. But then you get up here towards Woodward, Clinton, and Altus, you got a medium chance of tornadoes. Here's the timing on this. So basically, from Woodward towards Clinton, through 1 a.m. Then you got that includes Enid, Lawton, Seymour, from 9 to 4 a.m. OKC, Ponca City, from midnight to 7 a.m. And then for Ada, and Durant, 2 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. The flash flood threat for tomorrow is moderate up here, just to the north of Woodward, but generally just a slight risk of flash flooding, which is still, this area's had a ton of rain over the last few weeks. Severe weather threat for Wednesday, just marginal out towards Woodward. So the area that's getting hit very hard today is going to have the low threat tomorrow, and OKC will have the standard slight risk. So OKC, you're just outside of this tornado watch. So yes, we do have active tornado warnings. We'll get to those in a sec. So a lot of Oklahoma under the tornado watch. Just to the north of OKC, you have a flood watch or flash flood watch. So again, a lot of real estate covered up by these storms. We'll go to Texas real quick, and then we will take a look at these storms. So in Texas, Panhandle, Texas, weather service in Amarillo. So Amarillo, just to the southeast of you, there is a tornado warning. Into the north east, there is a tornado warning. There's tornado warnings everywhere in the Panhandle of Texas. So severe storms likely today. Relatively higher risk for larger hail, strong winds, and tornadoes south of the front. The timing of today's storms. So here it is. Very large hail, higher than normal risk for tornadoes today. So yes, Tuesday's flood potential greater here. Amarillo is not in it, but Borger is. Greatest risk across the east. Peak timing mid afternoon through evening. Isolated 3 to 4 inches of rain is possible, and there could be locally heavier rain. And I do want to just show you this real quick. Where to go if you're under a tornado warning. So, you generally want to be on the lowest floor, small interior room. So we'll start with the places not to go. Top floor of a building, do not do that. That will that will basically get you killed if you go there, um, because the roof gets sucked off very more it gets sucked out easier than the rest of the house. Exterior room, not a good choice. Exterior walls have no protection from flying debris and the windows as well. You can get hit by glass. Flying debris could come in through the walls. And do not be outside. You should know this already. Don't go outside. A good areas to go is small interior room. It does not have to be on the lowest floor. If you do not have basements, I know a lot of people in Oklahoma don't have basements, or across the plains in general, do not have basements. So if you don't have a basement, you go up into your most interior room, and then you do want to move to a basement. For a basement, you generally do want to be um towards the center of the room, but since you're underground, the walls can't really fall. But generally, if you are in the center of the room, you have a higher chance of survival if you are underground, because with walls caving in, you could get hit if you're on the side, easier than if you were in the center of the room. So now we will get to these tornado warnings that are active here in Texas. I don't think this is updated. No, it did. So yes, we do have these two tornado warnings. Another one for 10 minutes. I think this one's for 10 minutes. 25 minutes for this one. 10 minutes for this one. So we'll take a look at this one that expires. Very large hail is a possibility with these ones. So we will take a look at the velocity, and yeah, definitely do see a tight rotation with this storm. Right there's where we do have the strongest rotation. I do think there is a high chance of some damaging winds on the front side of this, where you have the potential of some 60, 70 mile per hour winds. I think these purple and blue areas are just some radar defection. But yeah, that does have a very tight couplet on this. Let's take a look. There is a confirmed tornado. Note, 3-inch diameter hail. Very, very large hail with this storm. Yeah, no confirmed tornado with this one. Actually, I will do this real quick. I'll circle the area with a strong rotation. And then we'll go to correlation coefficient with that. Yeah, I don't really see too much. This area is under a flash flood warning because 4 inches of rain has fallen in the last hour. So yeah, looks like we might have a little debris signature right there, but that's not even where the rotation is. So I think that's just bad data right there. So again, there is rotation with this. It looks like it could be producing a tornado with this one. This one expires in 8 minutes. Definitely will be allowed to expire. I don't see any rotation whatsoever with this storm. Yeah. I don't see any rotation with this storm, so that's good news. This one will be allowed to expire. This one I am a bit more concerned with because it doesn't have that tighter couplet. So we do have more tornado warnings in Texas and one in Oklahoma. We'll take a look at the one in Oklahoma real quick. So that's that right there. Oh, this is gonna give us a weird look right in this. But yes, we're gonna have to do our best right here because we have some of this area here. But this is area where the strong rotation is what it looks like. Get the winds blowing towards and away of the radar from the radar site. So this one will be allowed to expire in 7 minutes because it has moved up into Oklahoma. But yeah, so more in Texas. This is a big one. I've been following this one for a while. This has some very strong winds with it, and I think this one does have a chance of producing a tornado. It doesn't have to be a strong one to do damage. So yes, I think the strongest rotation right there, or there's several areas to be concerned with for rotation. One is right here. There's another one right here. So those are the two areas with big rotation. Well, some rotation on this whole storm is basically rotating. It's got the full mesocyclone with it. That's why there's a ton of real estate covered up with this tornado warning. It's because this area there's so much area covered by this tornado warning, and it's such a big storm. And there's several areas that have some rotation with it. So again, actually, yeah, I think it's a big area. I think this area does have the stronger rotation here. But again, this area does have the threat of some more rotation, some possibly here. So yes, there. That's actually out there. So again, we're gonna circle this area of rotation and circle this area of rotation. We're gonna change this over to correlation coefficient, so we can see any lofted debris being see if we can see any debris being lofted. So yes, no debris being lofted. Maybe a little bit more with this one, and we got a new update. So yeah, I should just say, oh, that's okay, good. Not here. That's a little funky to me. It does not look too bad though. Right there, yeah. There could be some small spin ups with this whole storm because it is such a big storm, but yes, I do think this area has the threat of the strongest rotation. So we'll take a look back at this one in a little bit. So change this back over to regular reflectivity. Let's see. So we have this one to the north of this one that's entering Oklahoma now. It's a very large one. It's hard to really. I do want to see if I can get a better radar sight with this one. Try to go this one right here. See if I can get any better data. Still gonna give us a really funky look. This is the one we were at where it gave us that funky look. This one maybe right on the edge, but I think this one will work, even though it is very far from the radar site. Yeah, it's gonna give us a funky look. We're gonna go back to this one right here. This one looks to be the best right now. But again, yeah, I think right here. What was this one issued? 19 more minutes in this one. 19. Oh wait, 19. 19. Oh, so these are old, basically same time left. But I do think that we'll check a look. See, there was a confirmed. No confirmed. Right here we'll go. 2019. No confirmed. All right. So I'm gonna do my best because this is giving us a really funky look. But I do think that the strongest rotation with this storm is right about there. That's where I do think I see the strongest of the rotation. But there could also be rotation onto the southern part, and there's a little bit of actually it might still be down here. There's several areas of concern with this storm. We do have this other area here to the south of that one, so we have two areas of concern with rotation. We have the one to the north right here. We have this one to the south, maybe a little one to right here. But again, no confirmed tornado, which is the good news. So take back, look at this one again, so you can see anything more. Yeah, I do think it's this part right here with the big tornado potential. 33 more minutes. So we took a look at all these warnings. I do actually just want to do this real quick. I want to see what the hazards are with these severe thunderstorm warnings because these could be some very big hail. That one that I just clicked on wasn't too impressive. Just had some hail up to quarter size, so not the biggest. I think this one's just gonna be quarters as well. I don't want to do that either. Alright, yeah. I'm just wanting cool ping pong right there. That's probably when this one is a little stronger. Take a look. I think this one could be some big hail too. $50. Severe thunderstorm warning. This one's this. This one's this one for 3-inch size hail. There it is. All right, we'll go back. That's right. This one. Oh wow. Yeah, that's very strong right there. Again, this one will be a light fire. I don't see any rotation with this. This one I'm definitely very concerned with. Let's see if this has, I don't think this one did have a tornado. No, no tornado with this one yet. No confirmed tornado, but that signature right there. Well, actually, I just want to get a reading real quick. See what some of these winds are aloft. 102, 120. Again, this is a ways up from the 125. That's the peak one I found. So, yes, we do have this very concerning signature. This is out ahead of it. So, we have basically this whole thing is rotating. Yeah, the wind's going like that, and then get the winds going like that. So, we do have this whole thing rotating. And yes, it is out ahead of this whole thing. But yes, that is some very strong rotation. I do want to just change the reflectivity over to correlation coefficient real quick. I don't think we'll be able to see anything because it is out ahead of this area. Okay, maybe. We may have we can. That is very good news. Good. But again, we still do have this very strong couplet here. Thankfully, it's not as strong as it was. We had 125 next to um about like 25, so very strong coupler right there. But I do think we may have a tornado on the ground with this storm. Radar is confirming that we may have something going on, but these winds were so strong across this whole area that I do think it's probably just a little bit of bad data, or there was a ton of damage that happened from these straight line winds that were happening on the front side of this. But again, we do have this area of rotation, definitely not as strong, thankfully, as it once was. So, yes, no confirmed tornado with this storm. I'll see what another has with this thunderstorm warning. Yes, so very dangerous storm tornado possible with baseball. Says hail. Looks like we got a correlation coefficient update, I guess. So again, big rotation, large rotation. Yeah, we may have a tornado that touched down briefly. So, yes, we may have had a tornado touchdown very briefly. The signature was very intense with the radar, but again, baseball sized hail is a possibility with this, or even greater, possibly. Oh, tennis balls now. Um, Emergency management has confirmed tennis ball sized hail with this storm. So yes, this storm is producing very large hail. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over rural areas in Pecos County. A few minutes ago, actually, they reported that hail. So again, we haven't got a Raiders update. We will be getting one very soon. But actually, now this rotation makes perfect sense. With this little hook echo, got the hook echo, get the inflow air feeding, and you got these winds coming around and going like that, producing this actually redraw that actually. Inflow. Producing this area of rotation. So that does make total sense. Right now, it is where this hook echo is. That is where you do want to look. Where you, to find a tornado, that's where you would want to look if there's a hook echo. So again, very concerning signature with this, and we may very well have a tornado with this storm. Again, these winds out ahead of this storm radar uh velocities clocking these in at about 93 miles per hour. So yes, very strong winds out ahead of this whole thing. So this could have the potential to produce a tornado, or just very damaging winds as well. So yes, wait for another little scan. Yeah, there we go. This tornado warning up here was just dropped. I was about to go back and talk about that one. Not seeing any rotation with that one. It looks like we do have another new tornado warning in Oklahoma, Texas. I want to just keep an eye on this one again. Wait till we get a new scan. So again, no confirmed tornado, but confirmed tennis ball sized hail. Oh, the radar scan update. Radar update, right? I don't think we got a velocity update, but we did get the radar update, and it is showing this hook echo. This very concerning hook echo with this storm. Not something you want to see in a storm like this, which is the hook echo, because that means that this thing is gaining strength and could produce a tornado. We're gonna wait for a new velocity signature scan, or velocity scan. Got the radar scan, the velocity coming soon. So where it was the strongest, where it did come briefly and showed that big couplet. It looks like we did get a new update, so where it could be, yeah. I think it's strongest rotation right there. Probably on the student side. Yeah, that's where you see the strong rotation. It's probably not as strong as it was, but it does have this hook echo. So we are going to be keeping a close eye on this. Tornado warning in Texas, Oklahoma. It's just this one again. Find where this one is. 10 more minutes. Yeah, this one right here is producing some. I can't even say some rotation because these are all just inbound winds. So, yeah, not a big couplet at this storm in Oklahoma. I think the tornado warning will be allowed to expire soon. But again, there is a tornado warning, so it is a very serious situation. Look at this big one here. Yeah, not really seeing too big of a rotation with this storm. I'm seeing strong winds with this. Yeah, there's your couplet right there. That's where I do see the strongest rotation. We just got a radar update. Well, again, we're gonna go back to this warning in Pecos County, where we do have a potential tornado. I think they may extend this warning in time. So we wait for new scan. Yeah. So no warnings for blossoming now. Yeah, we're getting some strong storms now. I think the storms are really starting to fire up now. Yeah. Waiting for a new signature to come in. Oops. Oops. That whole area, I do see the strongest rotation. Just is it? Oh no, definitely not reasonable. So yeah, this area does have the strongest area to watch with rotation. There is another smaller, not as tight area down there, but right here is where we do have the threat for some powerful straight line winds in excess of 60, 70 miles per hour. So again, we're gonna mess that up a little bit. But again, we're gonna circle this area where you see the strong rotation, and then we'll look at correlation coefficient and see if we see anything different. Yeah, see if we see anything on normal foot. Yeah, that looks to be right. Yeah, that looks to be right. There could be a tornado developing. This is all possible. I'm just gonna circle the whole area with the blue. This area has had the destructive, possibly straight line winds, and is a little outside, so there, I guess. But yeah, this area has had some very powerful straight line winds with the storm. So that's what it could be as well. And we are seeing a developing hook echo on this storm, and this storm right here still could be. It's got two areas to watch. Okay, right here, get this area to watch. It has moved too, so we're gonna have to wait for that. But again, this area right back here, actually, I'm starting to watch. It might have a possible tornado with it in some rotation. Yeah, again, that hook echo is very. That is a clearing hook echo. You do have this inflow air coming in. So you have inflow air, outflow air, and emerging into the center right about there. So we'll wait for a new velocity scan and see what does happen. Oops. See, so when we wait for a new scan to come in, we'll go back to here, National Weather Service page. This is the storm right down here I'm very concerned with the possibility of a tornado. Get a new update. Yeah, it looks like we are getting some more straight line winds developing here. Yeah, right there is where I do see the strong rotation. That's where, so it is very broad, but it is a strong signature with the rotation with this storm. So you basically have this, oops. Actually, I do want to take an update real quick on this one. Right here, yes. So this storm, just to the west of it, is trying to produce a little tornado right here, possible. Right on the southern tip of this, with the little, it's trying to develop a hook actually. Correlation coefficient, maybe. And we freeze. Oh, there we go. So, yes. All right. This is actually we're going to take a look right. Yes, I do think we have a tornado on the ground now. Yes, that signature right there tells there is a tornado on the ground. So now we have a very serious situation. The rotation is not the strongest, but right there, this dropout zone with the blue, that's very concerning with the potential with a for a tornado here. And we did freeze. Dang it. There we go. So again, strongest rotation here, which is basically just to the actual west of it. So we got this strong rotation here. Yeah, definitely possible. We do have a tornado on the ground. Take a look back here at the reflectivity. See if we do have a new. Yeah, we do have a hook echo still on the storm. I think I gotta restart the page. We're gonna lose this real quick. I'm gonna have to restart the page because it is lagging a the page. It's freezing now. So yeah. I'm gonna have to reset this all. I think we're gonna have to stop the stream and come back in a little bit. But again, if you are with from Pecos County, take cover now. Tornado likely on the ground. I'm gonna go here, try to reset some stuff, and I'll come back as soon as possible. Stay safe out there.